When you team up Rocket and Star-Lord, especially in their movie ults, you can expect a lot of this. Oh, and if the tandem shooting isn't enough for you, well, there's also a 23 million damage hit in this video. So stay tuned and you'll see that, plus a pretty amazing finish. But first, hit the intro. What is up, YouTube? It's Kingfisher745, and this is going to be a Rocket Raccoon and Star-Lord movie alt team-up. Now, one of the interesting things about this team is the fact that I didn't have any trouble with Quicksilver team-ups, but they did struggle a little bit with Pestilence Beast, especially with Red Hulk. That's somewhat the opposite of what I expected, but luckily we faced mainly Quicksilver teams. And then in the very last match of this video, you'll see them take on a Pestilence Beast and Loki team. Now with Rocket, I like to put Pyrophoric on all the enemies, and now whenever he joins in with Blam, he's going to trigger it. Then with Star-Lord, we're going to start out by using Spray and Pray, and then we can gain those Rising Up buffs. Plus we impair the enemies so they do 20% less damage, and also they cannot crit. Oh, and we have one more little surprise on that level 1. We added the aiming augmented ISO 8, so we place lock on all the enemies as well, and that causes them to take 25% additional damage from ranged attacks. And here you're seeing some of that movie magic. Rocket Raccoon and Star-Lord are going off on the enemies. Hitting this team with an AoE attack is probably the last thing you want to do, especially when we already have that Pyrophoric set up. By the end of all this, we've pretty much won, although that Retaliator is a pretty nasty weapon. Unfortunately, it was a gold sale weapon and we didn't get it. Now all that's left to do in this match is to hit Psylocke once, so let's go ahead and use a Hand of Apocalypse. I'm not even worried about using our quick action because we definitely have this one won. But she does dodge our hit, so now it's up to Rocket. Let's go ahead and use a Blam. Once again she dodges every attack, but Pyrophoric does take her down to 342 HP. Now let's see her dodge a Blam again, and she does. I actually didn't think that would happen, but Pyrophoric does end it. Hey, look who, it's another Psylocke team, but this time she brought along Deadpool. My Hand of Apocalypse thanks you. By the way, you're definitely going to want to see how Deadpool dies in this one. But first, Psylocke has all these quick actions, and then we're also going to get hit by Telekinetic Katana. With my agent, I'll use the first seal, and that's to help keep our Rising Up buffs from Spray and Pray. Next we get hit with those elite hacking skills, and I really hate when that happens. But either way, we do get our turn this time, so let's go ahead and try to hit the agent with the hand. For some reason, we missed a ton of attacks today, and I really can't explain it. It sort of had me wanting to change some heroes over to Scrapper. I mean, it was just out of control. Next, the enemy agent's going to use the Staff of Asclepios, then the Blackest Void. The good news is we do have a bunch of AoE attacks, so that really won't hurt us that bad. On Star-Lord's turn, we'll just use a Spray and Pray, and like I said, that does give us Rising Up, and it impairs the enemies. Plus that lock-on is going to help Star-Lord and Rocket. Next, the enemy Deadpool is going to use Bang 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 on our favorite Raccoon. At least when he goes for the follow-up attack, we do proc a Raft Shank and stop it. That'll be enough animal abuse for this turn. With Rocket's first hit, I'll use a Blam Blam Blam, and that's pretty much always my opening attack. Especially now that I don't have to worry about Tacticians getting an extra turn. Okay, and we get another Raft Shank, which stops the counter. 12% of a plan procs, but it is ruined now. They made changes to Rocket, and now 12% of a plan doesn't work with him. Next on my agent's turn, I should have used my Light Fantastic first, but we used Momentary Advantage instead, and we lose a turn. So yeah, that was definitely a mistake, but we still get the Light Fantastic as a quick action, and then watch this hit. I think this definitely qualifies as Sweet Revenge. A 23 million damage hit. Now that's an epic overkill. To be honest, when that first appeared on my screen, I was just thinking, wow, that's a lot of numbers. But I had to go back over the video to figure out just how much it was. Even after looking, I was still kind of shocked. But hey, we'll take it, and that's our biggest hit to date. Then right after that, the enemy agent uses Solar Storm, and boy does he pay for it. This team up is a ton of fun, as you can probably tell. After a few more quick actions by their agent, namely the Signpost and also the Light Fantastic, we will then hopefully be able to finish this fight with a few AoE attacks. I'll start with the Spray and Pray, and that's barely going to heal them, and this should hopefully set up Rocket to win this match. Instead of using our level 6 Blam Blam Blam, I'm going to fire our level 1 3 times. This is going to do a decent amount of damage, and it also places radiation exposure on the enemies. That's of course due to the ionizing augmented ISO 8. As a result of our attack, Psylocke is going to die, and then we can go ahead and use Improbability Field, plus a Hand of Apocalypse attack on the enemy agent, but I highly doubt it's going to do 23 million. I really hope that people keep using Deadpool on defense. And here goes nothing, a hand for the win. 154k non-crit. And that brings us to the very last match of this video, a Pestilence Beast and Loki team up. Loki of course begins with the Hall of Mirrors, so our team is disoriented, but of course we have those AoE attacks like Spray and Pray. This won't break any of their shields, but we do put debuffs on them and give ourselves Rising Up. Oh, and we get a 12% of a plan, so we can do it one more time. And going back to those earlier dodges, Loki is insanely hard to hit. Even our Raft Shank is going to miss, and he ends up getting that backstab. Next, the enemy beast is going to show you in part why this team is so difficult for him. Jekyll and Hyde is going to place off balance on him, and so that's the end of our counterattacks. I don't know why, but the AI actually seems intelligent when using Pestilence Beast. It's pretty unfortunate, but on my turn, because we're disoriented, I'm going to use the Blackest Void. Next, we'll see what the enemy agent's going to do. It looks like he's going to use the Blackest Void as well, and so there goes another disoriented. And this is why the satellite support really hurts this team in my opinion. That or a team of AoE attackers, and speaking of that, we just used Blam Blam Blam. Oh, and he gets another dodged Raft Shank. So how many dodges is Loki up to now? We should keep a count. We do have to reload on Rocket, and so next up is going to be Loki himself, aka the Unhittable One. He used his Trickster Seal, and we're going to use Spray and Pray once again. I have absolutely no problem spamming AoE attacks. In fact, it would be pretty nice to take down the entire enemy team at once. Hint hint. Then after using the second seal, I'm going to use Light Fantastic. Yes, I know it will hurt two of my teammates, but it does still place Mirror Reality. Plus the damage is incredibly weak, and that's kind of why I don't even like that ability. Let me just say this, you won't catch me using Loki on defense anytime soon. At this point I'm going to resort to using Blam, and we're going to fire off that Pyrophoric, plus place Radiation Exposure. This should take down the enemy team pretty evenly, and then we're going to finish them all off in one hit. Trust me, it's going to be a pretty cool ending. I'm thinking one more Blam should do it, and then Loki will take some dots, and his health will come pretty close to the others. All that's left is one more turn by Loki, and then Star-Lord's going to finish this. Well, I have to be honest, I don't think the enemy team paid attention to the sign. Here comes a Rocks Fall, and it has Fatal Blow. So that's the end of this match and the video. Thank you all for watching, and please like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, good luck, and take care.